Howdy folks, this is Checkers and this is Star Citizen, and the largest ship we have in front of us here is a Constellation Andromeda. It is a truly extraordinary ship. Very big, very beautiful, and something that I would not normally have the chance to take a look at. So I thought that today we might take a tour of the Constellation Andromeda. So here we have the cockpit and I guess bridge on a ship this size. Here we have a lower forward turret, and here we have a forward hatch. There is a place you can stand to call it down, but I am not super, there it is, familiar with where it is. Okay, before we do that, let's finish our survey of the outside of the Constellation Andromeda. You can see a docking ring up there, and I believe we're seeing missiles through our mobi-glass on the upper portion of the ship. We see our landing gear and some engine intakes. We have upper and lower engines here. 2 on the port side and 2 more on the starboard side. Now you see 2 more engines here. They belong to this little snub fighter, the P-52 Merlin. I mean, that's pretty cool. Historically, the Americans had a B-36 bomber that I believe, I don't remember the numeric designation, but I believe it was called the Hobgoblin. Essentially did this. It was a fighter that could be retracted into a bomb bay. At any rate, we will continue our survey of the outside, this time of the starboard side. We see more missiles lighting up. Those may actually be missile racks that open up. I'm not super familiar with the Constellation. This is my first time taking a look here. But there we go. So let's take a look. This is also a cargo bay here that can be lowered. Let me get out of the way so it doesn't smash me like a bug. So we have a forward way to enter the ship. We also have this large cargo bay way to enter the ship, but this is pretty awesome. So let's try this. And we just use the walls of the cargo bay here, and it raises up. We can see missiles in there in storage on either side. Okay, and well, why don't we start aft? So we will use this ladder and climb up and head into the aft section of the Andromeda. And we can see there's a gravity generator, power plant, systems that one assumes we will be able to interact with in the game. Here is the Merlin, the P-52. We can actually hop on inside it. Can't really do anything else with it. Even if we were to release, we would just clunk down on the concrete floor. But hey, we got in. Press and hold the use key to get back out. And I even like the hardened rubberized walk pads there on the side of the Merlin. And as also an interesting note, that cockpit is very, very reminiscent of a P-51 Mustang, which of course used a Rolls-Royce Merlin engine. Now we can move up the side here. We see an airlock over here, and a mirrored airlock over on the other side. We can pop this, whoops, meant to use the door, instead used the ladder. Well, you know, sometimes you get a little turned around in a ship. Let's try that once more from the top with feeling. Okay, got the doors open this time. Looks like we've got some bunks here. And some lockers. And a very Millennium Falconish L-shaped bench. It's not curved, but, you know, pretty close, one way or the other. Looks like we've got a table there that might rise up. Another airlock. And we've got our forward bridge portion of the Andromeda. So here we have 3 positions. I believe this is the pilot's position, mainly because there are joysticks on this one and not on the other 2. They again might be systems like shields.
Welcome to Robert Space Industries. Enjoy the ride. System check.
Science, etc. Okay, here is our pilot's position. If we were out in Arena Commander, the dogfight module, we could see things light up on our screens, get actual information, but in the hangar they remain dark. Let's go take a look at our turrets here. We have an upper turret. Use that, seat drops down, and an animation takes over. We get into the seat, and we are elevated into the upper turret. Now, again, we can't actually move the turret, but we can get a look around. Pretty nice view in this turret, actually. Let's go ahead and press and hold the use key, and we will be lowered back down into the ship. Okay, the animation finishes, and if I am correct, we can look down and press use, and we will get lowered into the lower turret and see the door I left open. Huzzah! Again, we can't move the turret. Not quite nearly as good visibility from this turret, but here it is. Let's press and hold that use key and slip ourselves out of the turret. Okay, and with a little kick to the pants, we are invited to exit the turret. Looks like we have some lockers here, probably a shower / toilet, and that is the Constellation Andromeda. So, this has been Checkers with a look at the Constellation Andromeda here in Star Citizen. I would like to thank you for joining me on this tour. I would also like to remind you that I have a Twitter link in the description of the video and on my channel main page. If you're on mobile, it'll be on my channel About page. Also, if you look in the upper right-hand corner, you will see a small letter I with a white circle around it. These are cards and links to other videos that I've made. I would like to thank you for watching. I hope you found the video entertaining and maybe just a little informative. I would like to invite you to subscribe and ask you to please take care.